Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Well, the weekend is finally over. Sorry to say, but it's finally come to an end. And my weekend's not ended because I'm off tomorrow, so I've still got another day down at the plot. I have 4 days on and then 4 days off, so I get nice time to spend at the allotment. So yeah, today has been Sunday. It started off what was an absolutely cold morning this morning. It were not very warm at all down at the plot, but the weather changed and we managed to get onto the allotment and get cracking and doing stuff. And yeah, I got down there about 10:30 this morning. I didn't think I'd be able to get all the tasks done what I'd got planned, but somehow I managed to do it. And sometimes, like I say, it's worth off creating that checklist of jobs to do and try and complete them. And I'd managed to finish by 2:30, so I was home for about 3 o'clock, and I've had a couple of hours sleep after before recording this podcast, because it certainly has tired me out today, the amount of work that I've done these last couple of days. If you'll see the pictures that I've posted on Instagram and on Facebook of what I've been up to, you'll see that I've been a very busy bee. Yes, I saw my first bee as well today down on the allotment while I was doing my Facebook Live. So if you've not seen my Facebook Live video, have a look and you'll be able to see what I've been up to down at the plot. So yeah, also yeah, today's jobs down at the plot was to finish off my fruit area, my newest fruit area, as I've been spending quite a bit of money on that area, and it needed all the maintenance work doing to get it all finished and get it all sorted for it to start fruition and producing those fantastic delicious crops. So today's job was to finish off the fencing that I'd started putting up, because my drill had ran out of power yesterday. It seems to last forever, my drill, and it doesn't seem to slow down. It just stops, my drill, when it's running out of battery. So it just cut out on me when I was just nearly finished with my fencing. So I managed to get that completed today. So all that's done. So all it needs is a nice good lick of paint to make it look really nice and make it look good again. And that's part of April's jobs, to do all the painting. Unless I finish all my allotment early, which I doubt I will, but it's definitely April's jobs doing all the painting. Hopefully the April showers won't wash it all off, but that's the plan for April anyway. So we've got all the painting to do. So we've done the fencing, and then I've laid a new path, because I've widened one of my paths down the back side of my plot, as I couldn't get my feet down it. My feet were too big to fit down the paths, so I've widened it all. So I've laid black membrane down on there, which is fantastic stuff. It's a weed suppressant. It lets the water through, but it stops the weeds from growing through it. So I've laid all that down and fastened it all down, so hopefully that will keep the weeds down, because wherever I can keep the weeds down, the better, and I can just concentrate on doing the bits that I really want to do. Nobody likes weeding, but mind you, if we didn't have weeding to do, we'd have nothing to do on the plot. So yeah, weeding does keep us fit and healthy. And apparently you can eat so much stuff. I didn't realise you can actually eat dandelions. Look it up first before you do go eating them. But yeah, there's so much that can be done on the plot at the moment. So we've laid a new path, and then we have created a new flower bed down the side of my plot. Now I've had to use old house tiles to put down the side of my plot, because my plot is higher than my neighbour's plot. so the soil's starting to slip away. It's a bit like being on the cliffside where it's finally coming down and your garden's getting smaller and smaller. So yeah, it started slipping away. So I've put some tiles in to mark it out, and then I've filled it all back up with used compost, because I save all my compost from my tomato plants and stuff like that, and my seed trays. And yeah, I've saved all that up, and I've filled all that flower bed up, and I do love it when you've put all compost down on it, because it all looks fresh and healthy compared to the soil areas. So yeah, it's all looking nice down that side. So we've got to think about what flowers we're going to be growing in there through summer. I've obviously planted all my raspberry canes as well down this side, and they're starting to bud up, so it shows that they've actually taken and grown well. And we've also got down the side of my plot my 3 thornless blackberries. They're all looking healthy and well, so hopefully they'll start growing soon. I've not seen any growth on them yet, but they're still green and healthy, and they've still got some leaves on them from when I bought them, so that's a good sign that they're still alive. So we've got all this new flower bed, which is really good. And the last job, which was to put up my new guttering, well, it's old guttering, but I want to make a vertical garden. I've never grown a vertical garden before. I've seen loads of people do it. Vertical gardens are ideal for those that haven't got big spaces, like they've only got small gardens with walls and stuff like that. People tend to grow stuff on walls and make use of all the space that they've got, really. And part of my shed was looking a bit dry and dire. It wasn't attractive. So I got these 4 pieces of guttering hanging around for a while. Well, I've had them for years, to be honest, and I've never made use of them. I just keep shifting them every single year. And this year I thought I'm going to use them. I'm going to put them up, and we're going to try some vertical growing. And the only drawback with having gutters, growing in gutters, is that they're not very deep at all. So you need to make sure that you keep them watered quite regularly, because they will dry out, and obviously if it's compost you use, compost will dry out fast as well. And these are placed in a sunny spot, so they're going to get a lot of sun and they will dry out pretty fast. So we've got to get some plants in there what don't require a lot of watering all the time. I've seen people grow in it strawberries, lettuce, herbs. So yeah, I've got to think about what I want to grow in it. I have got some strawberry plants free, but the thing is, obviously strawberry plants will dry out fast, and I don't want that. They need the water, strawberry plants, so we can't really do that. But I might even put some flowers in them as well, just to make it look more attractive and brighten it up, really, make it look really nice. So we'll have to see about that, see about putting flowers in them. We could do that. But I would love to try some mixed lettuces in them. That's the plan. Have a look around for some mixed lettuce leaves. Like I say, I've been getting loads of seeds in all the catalogue magazines that I get, different types of lettuce leaves. So we might put some of those in, just ones that we can just snip off and have a nibble at when we fancy it. And obviously I can feed my hamster basil some leaves as well. So yeah, I'm looking at growing different salad leaves in it. So if you've got any suggestions of what you can grow in guttering, drop me a message on Instagram or on Facebook and let me know, because I do need ideas of what to grow in this guttering. So it's all starting to come on really well and fast. It's looking really healthy again, my plot, and it's starting to take shape really good. And yes, we have got absolutely loads left to do. I'll be moving on to my main plot area next week, which will probably take more than the 4 days that I'm off, but I'm hoping to get a lot of it done and a lot of it sorted, because it's going to require a hell of a lot of work, this area. my main beds area is really good, really fine. Not much that needs doing round there. It's more towards the top of my plot that I have never touched in the 16 years that I've had my plot, because like I say, the best way to work your allotment is keep doing a bit further every single year. Now I've got to the top and it needs doing. It's a place where I just chuck all my rubbish or waste and stuff like that, and I really do need to get it tidied and looking good now and getting the rest of the plot complete. I'm hoping to have it as a nice seating area as well up at the top of the plot, so that I can just sit there and look at all the hard work that I've put in and reap the rewards of what it looks like and how well it's come on. So that is the plan for the rest of the month, getting the top of the plot done and getting it all looking good. And obviously towards the end of the month I'm going to be sowing all my seeds and getting all them done. I'm still waiting for it has been nice weather now, but I'm just waiting till the end of the month. Like I say, a lot of stuff can catch up, so I will be getting obviously my tomatoes and peppers in and everything like that, because they do need to get started soon, so we need to look at getting those in. And obviously I need to get paid as well. I need some compost, and that seems to be going up in price so much at the moment. So we need to get all that done and get all the seeds in at the end of the month. That will be my end of the month's tasks. And I can't wait to start sowing all my seeds. I'm excited for that. That is when you know that the allotment has fully started for the year, when you first sow all your seeds. Now I've got my onions growing. My onions have started from seed. I started them in January, I think, end of January. They're all coming through, so we'll be getting ready for putting those out soon and getting those planted in the ground. Now I'm growing them from seed this year rather than sets, because I've never had much luck with growing onions from sets. They never seem to grow well, so we're trying them from seed. I did it from seed or set. I did them seed and sets last year to compare which ones did well, and I was impressed with how well the seed ones did. So we're going for seeds this year. I've got a few different varieties of seeds, so we're going to try a few different ones and see which ones come on well, and hopefully they will come on well, because I'm putting a lot of time and effort in this year. You'll notice with how much I'm actually doing down at the plot this year is how well it's all coming on and how well it's all coming together, and I'm just so excited. I really am passionate about this gardening and my allotment. It is a place where I love to spend, and I love to talk about it. I really do, and that's what I get from enjoyment from these podcasts, that I can talk to you all about it, because I've not got any friends that do like to listen to me talking about allotments. So I'm just talking to a microphone here in my flat on my own, talking to a microphone, telling you all my allotment tales, but you all seem to enjoy it, so thank you. And people keep listening, and I keep getting messages from everybody, and they seem to be enjoying it. And yeah, I got a bit of feedback from yesterday's episode, talking about how you seem to get addicted to collecting wood when you've got an allotment, and it's great to hear that other people have got that addiction as well. Whenever you see free wood, you will get it, and even if you can't make use of it there and then, you will come round to using it eventually. So it's good to see that other people have got an addiction to wood as well as me, and it's not just my problem. Everybody's got a problem with free wood. Maybe we'll have to start a counselling session up for allotmenters that are addicted to collecting wood. It used to be bricks years ago, but I've got out of the bricks now, and I don't use bricks on my allotment, to be honest now. I just tend to use wood for borders. So probably bricks would probably be better, because obviously they don't rot down and stuff like that, but yeah, I prefer the wood look to the brick look. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. We will be back down at the allotment tomorrow for another very, very busy day. It's my last day off tomorrow, so I'm hoping to just get one area cleared tomorrow around my polytunnel and get that sorted, and then I've done literally half of my plot is all maintenance done, and then I can move on to the main plot area where I grow literally everything, and that is going to be the biggest task, doing that area. We'll see how we get on with that, but yeah, I've got a lot to do at the moment, so it's all coming together well. So thank you for all the people that do subscribe to this podcast. If you've not clicked the subscribe button, please do, because then you do get notified when new podcasts come up. Sometimes they come up at night when I've been on the allotment in the day, or sometimes they come up in the morning when I'm at work, because I pre-record them the night before. So yeah, thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the messages that you always send me regarding the podcast. It's great to hear from people who actually listen. Sometimes I wonder who's actually listening to these, but it's great to put names to people that are listening and have a chat with them about the episode. So thanks for that. Until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.